If you earn anywhere between $60,000 and $100,000 a year, your own nervous system is currently setting a trap that will cost you over $1.2 million by the time you retire. And the absolute most terrifying part? You aren't going to lose this money because you did something wrong. You are going to lose it because you did everything just right enough to stop. Later in this video, I'm going to reveal a psychological override, a specific automated rule that prevents this biological glitch from destroying your net worth. But first, we need to diagnose exactly why you feel so stuck. You're sitting at your kitchen table on a Thursday night. The bills are paid. The fridge is stocked. There's a decent car in the driveway that starts every morning without complaint. Nothing is on fire. Nothing is urgent. You glance at your 401k balance. You feel a small flicker of something that isn't quite satisfaction, but isn't quite worry, and you close the laptop. Because things are fine, and fine doesn't demand action the way a crisis does. Here's what society never explains about that exact feeling. Comfort is not the reward for financial success. For most middle-class earners, comfort is the silent assassin that quietly ends the pursuit of anything more. And the reason you don't notice it happening is because it doesn't feel like giving up. It feels like arriving. Let's brutally dissect why this psychological state is vastly more dangerous to your net worth than consumer debt or a market crash. Let's say you're bringing home roughly $4,700 a month after taxes. Once you cover the mortgage, the car, the groceries, and the insurance, you have about $1,300 of discretionary breathing room. It's not tight, it's not stressful, you are comfortable. But think back to 10 years ago. You were making $46,000, and that breathing room did not exist. Every single unexpected expense created real physical anxiety, the kind where your stomach tightens and you start doing survival math in your head at 2 a.m. That anxiety, uncomfortable as it was a weapon. It was motivating. It biologically forced you to ask for the raise, take the course, and hunt for a better job. Now, you aren't doing any of that. Not because you've hit a ceiling, but because the discomfort that generated that pressure is completely gone. You save your $300 a month, you have a small emergency fund, and every part of your nervous system has quietly concluded, this is fine, we can stop pushing. But here is the mathematical reality that should keep you awake tonight. That $300 a month gets you to roughly $340,000 by age 65. That sounds like a heavy number, until you run it against your actual cost of living 30 decades from now and realize it replaces barely 20% of your current income. You're not failing. You are succeeding at a target that was never going to be enough. Most people think the barrier to real wealth is a bigger salary or a lucky break. That is a comforting lie because it points the blame outward. The real barrier is a psychological glitch called the adaptation set point. Human beings do not evaluate money in absolute terms. Your brain evaluates it relative to a baseline, and that baseline constantly resets. When you were broke, your brain treated a $72,000 salary as a life-or-death aspirational target. But the absolute moment you hit it and your bills were covered with room to spare, your brain quietly recalibrated. The new baseline became enough. And once your biology codes a situation as enough, the internal pressure to evolve completely flatlines. This isn't laziness. This is your survival mechanism doing exactly what it evolved to do: conserve energy once a threat is neutralized. Your nervous system only tracks immediate survival. It has no built-in alarm for a 30-year retirement deficit. So let me state this plainly. You do not stay middle class because you lack the ability to build wealth. You stay middle class because the exact moment you get comfortable enough to stop panicking is mechanically the exact moment you stop generating the drive to get rich. Let's look at the true cost of this illusion. Take two 28-year-olds, both making $52,000. Person A hits their comfort threshold at $70,000. The bills are covered, the relief settles in. Their savings rate locks in at 6%. They put it on autopilot and they never look at it again. Person B hits that exact same income, feels the exact same relief. But person B installed the psychological override I promised you. Before the comfort ever arrived, they set a permanent rule. Every single time their income increases, exactly half of that new money is instantly redirected into investments before it ever reaches their checking account. By age 45, both are making $95,000. Person A is still saving 6% because it felt fine 17 years ago. Person B has an effective savings rate of over 20% without feeling a single ounce of sacrifice because it was money they never got used to having. At age 65, Person A retires with $410,000. Person B retires with $1.6 million. Same career, same lifestyle. The entire $1.2 million difference had absolutely nothing to do with intelligence. It happened because Person B refused to let their comfort threshold freeze their savings rate. That financial tightness you used to feel, it isn't there for Person A at 45. There is no signal. Everything feels completely fine right up until the moment it's too late to fix it. So how do you escape? You must treat your own sense of comfort as data, not as a destination. When that feeling of relief shows up, you don't ignore it, but you ask a mechanical question. What percentage of my income would need to vanish before I felt real pressure again? And when you find that number, you don't wait for life to take it from you. You aggressively redirect it into an investment account yourself. You nurture your future by protecting it from your present complacency. Feeling settled after years of genuine stress is not a weakness. You survived, but comfort was only ever meant to be a temporary lack of danger. It was never designed to be a final verdict on your potential. The goal was never to stay anxious forever. The goal was to keep building wealth on purpose long after the anxiety finally went quiet. Most people don't fail because they hit a wall. They fail because they hit a plateau that felt exactly like success. Think back to your own career trajectory. What was the exact salary or the exact age when you finally stopped doing math in your head at 2 in the morning? Drop just that number in the comments below. No context, just the number. Let's see exactly where this plateau traps most of us.